أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم ياسين والقرآن الحكيم إنك لمن المرسلين على صراط مستقيم تنزيل العزيز الرحيم لتنذر قوما ما أنذر آباؤهم فهم غافلون لقد حق القول على أكثرهم فهم لا يؤمنون إنا جعلنا في أعناقهم أغلالا فهي إلى الأذقان فهم مكمهون وجعلنا من بين أيديهم سدا ومن خلفهم سدا فأغشيناهم فهم لا يبصرون وسواء عليهم أأنذرتهم أم لم تنذرهم لا يؤمنون إنما تنذر من تبع ذكرى وخشي الرحمن بالغيب فبشره بمغفرة وأجر كريم إنا نحن نحيي الموتى ونكتب ما قدموا وآثارهم وكل شيء أحصيناه في إمام مبين صدق الله العظيم.
Can you stand up and tell your journey to Islam? What happened with the miracle that happened in your life?
Inshallah. Inshallah. Kind of in two parts. So I guess you could say when I grew up as a teenager growing up, I was very much into science, and I thought science was the way to find the truth. So I was pretty much consider myself an atheist, I think, through as a teenager. But when I was in college in Chicago, freshman year in college, I had Allah just gave me this like unbelievable experience one night in the springtime, almost the end of freshman year. My dorm was on the lake shore in Chicago, on Lake Michigan, and a storm had just passed over the city, like big storm clouds, and then it started raining out over the Lake Michigan, and like a few miles out, and you couldn't hear anything, but you could see like lightning. You couldn't hear the thunder, but you could see just at sunset, right at sunset, you could see all this lightning coming down. It was like static electricity or something when you pull a sweater off yourself. But it was like, so there's this fantastic lightning show, like this incredible natural event, and all these people, hundreds of people came out to the lake shore, and we were all watching it, and just happened to be there. And somewhere in that time watching this and saying hi and talking to other people around me, all of a sudden, you know, Allah gave me this very special experience of, like, I knew that there was a creator. I knew that there was God, and He was controlling this, and He was controlling the universe, and He was controlling the everything that happened. And that He was the creator, He was the Almighty, He was the fashioner of things. And so that was the first really powerful experience, changed my life. And I started looking into studying religions after that, and reading the Bible. I went back to like Genesis and said, oh my God, this is like, it meant something to me where it didn't mean anything before, you know. And so I learned a lot about a lot of different world religions, and including reading Quran and stuff, and over the years. And then it was 1997, so like 17 years later, when I was, I received this book from my mom, and it was a book of Islamic teachings by a sheikh from Al-Quds, from Jerusalem. and in English, his teachings in English, and 1996, and I read this book, and it really made an impact on me. It's like, I want to meet this man if he comes to the United States. And he came to the United States the next year, and me and my mother went to meet him. He was someone who a friend of my mom's had met, and through him, she found out all the information. We went to meet him in Jackson Hole, Wyoming, and at her friend's house, and it was just an extraordinary weekend. He's a sheikh. He's very knowledgeable and with a really good gift for teaching about Islam to Americans. I just found he just reaches people on a very sort of emotional, and his teachings are very sort of poetic. And just at the end of this weekend with him, not only did my mom really embrace Islam, but I experienced such like a power in the message of the Quran and the message of Islam that I had never felt in any of the other, like I'd been studying something about Buddhism and Christianity and Judaism and many other religions, Hinduism, but this just blew me away. This just like, I felt like such a power that I felt in the Quran, and that's my heart changed that day, that weekend, as did my mom. At 61, she became Muslim in her heart, and we both took Shahada like a couple years later. But that was the turning point, and so it was an amazing experience, and it was just kind of it was like the door opening up for me, because it was, as I'd heard later, I had read the Quran or translations of the Quran, and it really hadn't impacted me that much. But starting then, it was slowly, like it just really got deeper and deeper for me when I would read the Quran, both hear like recitations of it in Arabic as well as reading English translation. There was somebody told me along the line that the Quran. The more iman you have, the more faith you have, the more you open up your heart to the Quran, the more that it gives you. And I found that it almost sounded like a catch-22 at the beginning. Well, how do I surrender myself to this if I don't know? And it was a matter of faith, about like plunging in with my heart and feeling, and then all of a sudden the meanings, the deeper meaning of the Quran really. Slowly, every time I read it, it just became deeper and deeper for me. And alhamdulillah, that was 17 years ago, and alhamdulillah.